All right, 7th graders, we have a few more notes for lesson 8.2. There's a lot in lesson 8.2. And one of the things we have not talked about yet is how to graph equations where you only have one variable. All right? For example, it just says y equals, and then there's a number on the other side. For example, y equals 2, or y equals -5. Okay? What does that mean? What does that mean?
That it goes up or down.
You would think, because it's talking about the y number, that it refers to up and down, but actually, what this means is that y is always that number. For every number of x, y is always the number. So whatever the number is, y equals 2. That means if you were to make a chart for every value of x, when x is 0, y is 2. When x is 1, y is 2. When x is -100, y is 2. Y is always 2. That's what y equals 2 means. Okay? So what would that graph look like? What would these points give you? What would they look like?
It would just be like a straight line.
A straight line, how? Describe the line. John.
It would be so it'd be the 0, the 1, and then way over to the left.
No, describe. You're describing the points. Describe the line. Oh.
It would be 2 up and going across.
Not 2 up. Oh, well, 2 up from the 0. Yes. Okay. So if this is 2, here is 0, 2. Right? Troy?
So for every y is 2, so that means that so like if it's on the y, you have to put a line onto across the y-axis.
Yeah, so what does that line look like?
Straight line.
Straight. Horizontal. Very good. What it gives us is a horizontal line. Whenever you see this equation, y equals a number, it means that it's a horizontal line at that number. Okay? And write that down. It means y is always the number, and it gives you a horizontal. Oh, that's not going to work.
Hey,
You make it horizontal like this.
I'll put it here. It's a horizontal line. Whenever you have y equals a number, it's a horizontal line. Okay? So, can you project what this would give you? X equals a number. If logically y equals a number gives you a horizontal line because y is always the same number, what would x give you? Henry?
a straight vertical line.
Correct, a straight vertical line. That would mean if x is 3, then on your chart, that means x is always 3. So that graph would look like this. If x is always 3, for every y value, it would be 3, 1. 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, negative 100. And it's a vertical line. Now, sometimes these are hard to remember because you think x is horizontal, because the x line is horizontal. Well, that's why it's helpful to remember that x is always the same number. Okay, if you remember that, then you can think about where those points would go. What would those points give you? And that helps you to remember which one is horizontal and which one is vertical. Okay? So, take a look at your assignment. Graph y equals 3. Graph y equals 3. What would that look like? Kira?
That's a horizontal line and the 3.
Yep, a horizontal line at 3. Yep. How about number 2? Do number 2. Number 2 is x equals negative 4. So what would that give you? Kishan? No, not for x equals a number. Look. Not across.
A vertical.
A vertical line at what? At negative 4. Good. Yep.
Feel comfortable.
Vertical line at negative 4.
How big are Steph's grades? They're vertical.
Okay. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 says graph the equation y equals x minus 3. What will we do? What should we do? Nikki? Very good. Place in 3 numbers and then make a chart of values. So let's say x is 0. What would y be if x is 0? Negative 3. Right. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. What if x was 3? 0. Now I want to show you something with these points. These 2, okay? Because these are special since x is 0 and on one of them and y is 0 on the other one. Okay? When you have that situation, or when you can find the number when x is 0, that's called the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where this line crosses the y-axis. That's a very important number. That's going to be a number that we're going to work with a lot in the next couple lessons. The y-intercept. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 0, negative 3. Now, do you see negative 3 in this equation anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's this number, isn't it? It's on the side with the x. It's the number that's on the side with the x. Tomorrow we're going to talk about this form. It's called the slope-intercept form. Not tomorrow, Monday actually. But this number gives us the y-intercept. Okay? Now, where the number crosses the x-axis, then is called the what? Not the y-intercept.
Intercept.
The x-intercept, right. At 3, comma, 0. 1, 2, 3, 0. Now, do we have enough points to draw a line?
Nah.
Yeah, we do. If you have 2 points, you can draw a line. Okay? So this line, how would you describe this line? Whenever you're describing a line, you describe it in terms of how it goes to the right. Kira?
It's going
Up and to the right. Up and right. Okay? That's called the slope of the line. And it's a positive slope. A positive slope goes up and to the right. What does a negative slope do?
Goes down, left, negative slope.
down to
Well,
the right.
down and left would be positive.
So down to the right.
It goes down and to the right is a negative slope. If a positive slope goes up and to the right, and you always describe slope in terms of how it goes to the right, then a negative slope goes down and to the right. Okay?
So
Yes?
Does that mean you don't do the back?
No, it doesn't. No. Number 4. What do we have to do at number 4? Y equals 2x minus 1, right? Okay. Solve for y. Is it solved for y? Is it solved for y? Yeah, actually it is. Yep. Yep. So, we just need to, again, make a chart. What do you think the y-intercept will be? Anyone guess what the y-intercept will be?
It'll be,
It was -3 in the last one. What number's in that spot? In this equation? -1. Yep. It's the number that's on the same side with the x. Alright? So that means one of the points is 0, -1. Okay? And then find another point and graph it. Okay. That covers all of lesson 2 so far. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to talk about the slope and intercept. Okay?
Monday.